Well, welcome back, friends. I'm one sober to another. I'm Wayne. I'm an alcoholic. And today's daily reflection for October 21st, 2020, nothing grows in the dark. Let's find out what it's about, folks. Let's go. Let's do this, folks. Good morning. Nothing grows in the dark. We will want the good that is in all, even in the worst of us, to flower and to grow, as Bill sees it, page 10. With the self-discipline and insight gained from practicing step 10, I began to know the gratifications of sobriety, not as mere abstinence from alcohol, but as recovery in every department of my life. I renew hope, regenerate faith, and regain the dignity of self-respect. I discovered the word "and" in the phrase "and we were wrong," promptly admitted it. Reassured that I am no longer always wrong, I learned to accept myself as I am, with a new sense of the miracles of sobriety and serenity. Well, that works for today, doesn't it? So, what does that mean for me? In a recent engagement that I had a fellow coworker that he really stepped on my last nerve for that day. And as my part in the whole thing, I did a small video on it, and you can check that out in the playlist. But as my part in the thing, I engaged in a conversation that I knew was going to end up in a chaotic mess. And I knew it was going to go there. And I did it anyway out of spite and to antagonize the dude. Here's my fault in it. And this is the takeaway from Nothing Grows in the Dark. In my past, I would have sucked it up, Buttercup, and just let it ride as he's an idiot and he deserved everything that happened. In my recovery, I have to reformat the way I think about that. And I have to utilize my step 10, and when I'm wrong, promptly admit it. And if you're not an AAer, this can apply in the same way, because we all have disagreements with people, and we all have words that come out that we could have said differently, and we also have conflicts that are unavoidable. We're not always wrong in every situation that comes up. However, some of the things that I may have done in that one example, could have been done differently, and I was wrong for doing certain things within that conversation. I was wrong in the fact that, instead of not completely acknowledging what the person was saying, because, what he was saying was absolutely bizarre and it had no relevance to what was going on. And he was actually intentionally trying to push me. I was wrong in the fact that I allowed him to do it. And I was wrong in the fact that I went after him the same way he was going after me, instead of addressing the actual problem for what it was. And I'm sure a lot of you understand that. And, if you do, drop your comments below, because, everybody needs a little help once in a while. And this is how we can do it. So I regenerated my faith by, acknowledging the fact with my higher power that I had done this, and I needed some guidance. And I didn't need guidance. I'm sober now for 4.5 years, and, I live in sobriety and everything else. But just because the alcohol is gone doesn't mean that my life stops or gets great. There are bumps in the road, and there are struggles. And so I utilized my step 10 with those struggles. And by admitting my fault in things that, happen if I am at fault, lightens that burden and prevents a resentment that could possibly trigger me and have me end up back in my drinking time. That sounds a little bit dramatic, but that's what it could be for some folks. And it could be the same for me. You never know. And that's where it comes into play, applying all these principles within my life, and not just with alcohol, can be beneficial and can prove to allow me to grow. And that's where I'm at with this. And, you know, it's very short, and I think my explanation was very long. And I hope that you were able to digest it a little bit and get through some of that, because sometimes it's a full ramble, folks. And, you know, I know. So that's today's daily reflection. You know, nothing grows in the dark. That's not physically true. There are some things that grow in the dark, but nothing inside, nothing of our inner peace and our inner bodies and our mind, nothing grows without a little bit of light and enlightenment. Just a little bit to think about for today. It's nice and calm. I got to go report a stolen license plate, so I look forward to my day. And, you know, in times past, I would have just said F it and drove anyway and probably gotten pulled over and gotten a DUI. But in my recovery and sobriety, I get to go enjoy the fine company of military police today, as well as local police, without the fear of being arrested. That's a plus in my book. You guys have a great day. This is One Sober to Another. I will see you guys in the next one.